What's going on? We back. We back. We back. Good to see y'all. I'm glad I had time to refresh myself real quick. It's good to see everybody back. And this is our tiny home talk. Uh Miss York said, I saw that. This is our tiny home talk. So let's get it. Let's get it. We are back. All right. So Crafty Leo in the house. How you doing, my sister? This is all tiny house. Okay. This we're talking about everything tiny house. I'm not going to say this is going to be a short video because I am not going to lie. I'm not going to lie because there's just too much to talk about. And I said I'm going to start bringing my tiny home talks back every week. I'm going to start doing it because there's too many people starting to purchase land. A young lady and her husband, I forget her name. What's her name? Vicky? She follows me here on YouTube, and I just saw that she just purchased, her and her husband just purchased a whole farm. Whole farm. So I want to say hello to everybody in the room. Just came in, been waiting in the back room here. Let's see. Let me see. Renee, Cannon, Bain, what's up? Leslie, how you doing? Missy Hawk in the house. Leslie, second floor garden. Crafty Leo, of course. Lori, Wells 8803, Talia, Renee. Okay, G Cole, K Natural, Jerry, Lori Lewis. Let me see, TLC, Brits, Sade, I think it is. Golden Traditions, Heather. Okay, all right. Power Chair Farmer, what's going on, my friend? LM, how you doing? Sean, Shaggy, Natural Light Brown, how you doing? Tammy, Lori Lewis, Kim, Job. All right, Lisa. All right, CC Wins, how you doing? Melody, Ladybug, Lisa Washington. Oh, everybody pouring in here. Okay, the club is lit. Okay. All right, Mr. MRG. Okay. All right. T-Lou, how you doing? Annette. All right, Dempsey Ranch. All right. I'm gonna start this out. It's good to see everybody back for the tiny house talk. The tiny house talk, it can go a lot of different ways. We can stay on topic, which is almost impossible when you're talking about a tiny house because there's too many doggone things to go into it. You just can't talk about the space or the dwelling itself. It's just too much to talk about. All right, so that's why this may have to be, like I said, it's going to be in parts. This is not going to be, I don't want it to be a 4-hour video. We just going to have to come back and do this every week till we got all our corners. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. We're going to, that's me, girl. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. How many people are interested? Duh. How many people are interested in purchasing a tiny house? It don't got to be for your rural land. It don't have to be for your property. It could be for something to go in your backyard and turn it into your, what they call man cave or a lady cave, whatever. It could just be your studio. It can be your, where you like to play your instruments, where you like to listen to music, whatever. Your office. Crafty Leo, you know you need a good shed. You need a good 16 by 40. That's what you need, a good one. All right, hey Hood Farm, Bear Bull Warrior. Okay, all right. I'm going to say this because I'm looking for answers that's going to help me help you. What do you need your space for? Throw up whatever reason you want to live in it, you want to work out of it, you just want to chill. What do you want your space for? Because that's going to make all the difference. What do you want your tiny house for? Dr. Bo says, we are building a tiny home on our property soon. Okay. What for? Okay, Kim says to live in it. Cece says to live in it. Most people now already said live in it. Christy says live in it. Renee to live in it. Okay, now remember, you gotta make sure you can do that in your municipality too. Crafty Leo already knew what yours was. My business, crafting and basket making. If anybody don't know Crafty Leo, please go look at her channel because Crafty Leo be getting down with the crafts, okay? And she sells all her wares, so you're probably interested. Power Chair Farmer says, a first apartment for my 18-year-old nephew. Ooh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I don't know your name. Roger says emergency live in. Okay. Lisa Washington says to live in. Shaggy says mine made it through the tornado that hit South Louis from Hurricane Milton. Okay. Doctor says honeycomb hideout. Okay. Okay. Whoa, showing your age now. Ladybug says additional building at least 16 by 40 for living, getting older, need one more space. Okay. No problem, Crafty Leo. You know you deserve it. You earned all of that and then some. Living the dream, might need a granny pod, tiny home soon for out property. Okay. My Renaissance grandma. Okay. You said my YouTube studio and my business. That's brilliant. And I'm going to give a soft plug to Granny Karma. If everybody knows Granny Karma and her husband, they had a shed built because he used to cook, and they used to have a business, a restaurant business. They did all their cooking in this. They turned their shed in kind of like a restaurant, and where they did all their cooking, it was beautiful, beautiful. Let me see. Try not to talk in caps, okay? Let me see. All right. To relax in, Eileen says okay to relax in. All right. Relish every moment says to live in and grow microgreens. Okay. Indoor garden. Okay. I like that. Jarek says, I live in mine. Okay. Shaggy says, I changed my picture to my barn shed studio. My husband put the windows in the barn doors. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. All right. But who is this? Who is this? I chose better to live in. Okay. Lisa says to live in. Would you connect more together? No. Missy Hawk says I would love one to live in, but my space is too small. If I ever move back to Cali, I'll put one on my brother's land and hook it up like your shed. Okay. Let's get into it. Now, I know y'all ain't gonna like this, what I got to say. But I'm telling you, don't get it. Let me make sure now. Don't get anything less than a 16 by 32. Don't do it. If you plan on living in it, please do yourself a favor. Do not get anything smaller than a 16 by 32. Don't do it. You're going to regret it every day you wake up in it. Can you live in it? Absolutely. Okay? But if you go any lower than 16 by 32, I guarantee from me in experience, you'll regret it. Can you live in it? Absolutely. Is it comfortable? Kinda. But all you're gonna keep saying to yourself, I promise you, and this ain't living bougie, this ain't living with your pinky out, this is actually, truly, really living and functioning because you have real things. I'm gonna tell you right now, every day I wake up, I wish I had that extra 4 feet that way. Let me give y'all an overall look because that's what we doing. We ain't just talking today. I wish I had that extra 4 feet pushed over that way. Right? This is a 12 by, the living space is a 12 by 28. With this stupid porch, it's a 12 by 32, which leads me to my next part. Do not get a porch. Don't. I don't care how nice they look. I don't care how cute they are. Do not get a porch. Why, Led? I like the little porch. Don't get that porch. You gonna kick yourself in the sack every day. Cause I'm gonna tell you why. I want y'all to do yourself a solid. Go to a shed company and where they can build, you can build your own. You saw I caught myself, Crafty Leo. I was about to say, damn the nuts, but I had to really back in. Go to a shed company online, anyone you want, that'll let you build your own shed, okay? And I want you to do this for me. Look at how much with a porch, how much without a porch. When you add that porch on, it's almost half, 50% more when you put that stupid little porch on. Let's just say your shed is $8,000, right? Let's just say your shed is $8,000 the way it is. You got the windows, you got your door, this is the space. As soon as you add on that little 4 foot by 4 by 12 stupid porch that you can't do nothing with, it just went all the way up to $1,200. I can't make this up. Go out there and build your own shed and you're going to see exactly what I mean. Adding that porch on takes that price up almost 50% for the stupid porch. My porch, I can't do nothing but take my shoes off on it, basically, right? When it rains, I get wet. It's not that serious. It looks great, but it is a 100% unuseful because you, listen to me, family, listen to me. You want as much, and if y'all want to share this with your kids right now, if y'all want to bring y'all kids in and listen to this, because I ain't going to be talking, I ain't going to be cutting up, I don't think. I'll let you know if I do. Because this is something that these young adults need to know too, especially now that the job crisis is bad, okay? And people is getting put out their houses and apartments. Now that we talking about that porch, hey, you can, for an extra $4,000 that they add on for that porch, you can take a third of that and build your own porch. You can build your own porch. And it'll look just as good, if not better. You don't have to have it 4 feet out. You can have it 8 feet out, 12 feet out. If you had a 8 by 12 foot porch and you built it with beams, a roof, with shingles, everything, I promise you, you won't even touch the surface of that $4,000 price that they add on to that crap. Okay? So, true story. And take it from me, because I know. As soon as you now, how many people seen the sheds with the little wraparound porch? It got the porch start in the front and it come around the side. How many people saw those sheds? That little stupid wraparound porch is almost the same size as the shed. You lose living space. Listen to this. Listen to this. And I'm just going off my own experience. Okay? This is, I don't want to say my truth. I hate them words. This is my experience. Okay? This ain't for everybody. I wish I had, look, my little washing machine is out here on this front porch. I wish I had that indoors. I wish I had an extra 4 feet out there so I could put the washing machine and have the washing machine indoors. Having a washing machine on your porch, even when you in rural property, it's a little cut it out. You might as well go out there and put a plush couch out there too. It start getting a little crazy, right? And for everybody talking about building their own sheds and making stuff out of pallets and stuff, we ain't gonna do that one on this one, okay? We ain't going that far. We ain't about to start ripping branches out the trees and construct. We ain't doing that on this, okay? This isn't the survival edition. This is the tiny house edition, realization edition, okay? It don't matter where I got my shed. They sell them all over the country. The exact same ones, okay? So wherever you are, that's where you can get it from. It don't matter where they come from. So please do not get a porch. I don't care how nice they look. That's living space that's being wasted. That I wish I had that extra 4x12 out there. I wish I had that. That's just a little bit more space that I could, look, if you don't use it, you could use it for storage, right? If you had that extra space, look, if I had that extra 4x12 porch, if I had that enclosed, my bathroom wouldn't be sitting next to my bed. Not like that. See that? That's my bathroom that I built. That's my bed. See, this the only little space I got to walk right here. So I don't have to tell you when Lady Led is in there and I'm laying here in the middle of the night and just say she in here and she about to tear the club up, okay? All right. I'm gonna catch contact from that, no matter what I do. So vice versa. In the middle of the night, if I'm about to go in here and tear the club up and I gets crunk in there, okay, I tears the club up. So if I'm gonna go in here and tear the club up, oh, she gonna catch contact no matter where she is in here. So if I had that extra 4 feet, I could have pushed this way back and beyond where ain't nobody got to get the residuals off my jewels. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got to deal with that. And this is stuff that people ain't thinking about. Do you have to pay property tax on a shed? I'm not going to get into that because I don't know where you are and I can't speak on the laws in your municipality. Okay? I won't be talking about any laws, whether you can or you can't live in them and what the rules are, because you have to find that out for your area. Can you enclose your porch for the space? You can. But then it start looking like you enclose the space. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it start looking like, leave stuff alone. You know what I'm saying? Because you start going like, I'm going to try to do this cheap. And then you go in and then you got staples and weird wood. Nothing matches. The color is off, faded. And you got old window that you found somewhere. Listen, A shed in the middle of the woods is already bad. Okay? You hear it, Jerry? A shed in the middle of the woods is already, you're pushing it. But then when you start tacking on stuff, you know, it start looking a little scary, a little creepy. You know, I put my water jugs on the side. I was like, it's starting to stop looking like a tiny house. It's starting to look like a tugboat. Okay? So start getting weird after a while. All right? Now I don't want you to have to deal with that. Okay. Now, let's talk about space. We're going to stay on space. Okay? Space. No less than 16 by 32. The reason why I said 16 wide, I don't care which way you want to do it, but no matter what, you want to remember, you gotta boom it out somewhere. Melody Lion says, who cares what it looks like? We do, Melody. We do. Because let me tell you something, Melody, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not getting on you, my sister. We're talking real, okay? Say, I'm surviving, I'm not homeless. Okay, I just said this is not the survival edition, okay? This ain't that. And I'm not cutting on you at all. I'm just telling you, this ain't the survival edition. You may have missed my last video, but right now we're talking about you just purchased some land, you want to put this in your backyard or something like that, okay? This ain't that. This is, I literally live in it. And Christy, again, this is not survival edition. This is reality edition. Because let's talk about survival. If you're talking about survival, you don't need a shed. You want a tent. So we ain't gonna do that, okay? Y'all talking about building stuff out of pallets and cinder blocks and stuff. Trust me, ain't nothing wrong with that when you in that situation, but that's not what we talking about here, okay? I'm talking about living in a shed. Living, okay, thank you, Clarence, because I'm gonna keep it fresh, okay? And hi, baby girl, Clarence, baby girl, how you doing? Okay, let's talk about reality. Now, Lady Led is in here with me a lot. Lady Led is in here a lot, but you know, usually I'm here. And I'm going to speak on the terms of one man in a shed by itself. I'm not talking about multiple people. This, all I be wishing for if I had that 16 by 32 instead of the 12 by 28. It's just that little bit more room that would make this like perfect. For one or two people, 16 by 32 is perfect because I got space for my storage. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about it. Storage space, right? Where are you putting your stuff? Let's talk about it. Storage. And storage is going to bring me to another conclusion. All right? Where are you putting all your stuff? You can only put so many shelves on the wall. You can only put so many shelves on the wall. You can only do so much, right? Before stuff get out of hand. You can only put so much stuff under your bed. After that, now you starting to see my medicine cabinet starting to be on top of my refrigerator. Now I got my vitamins. No, not in the rafters. Can't put it up there. The ceiling gonna go there. And let's talk about putting stuff in these rafters. You're not going up there. Let's talk real. This is the real tiny house truth talk. For instance, I'm 5'9", 5'10", whatever it is. For me to reach a few things up here, okay, I either got to get this little ladder and stand on it, my little stool, but depending on what I'm trying to get, if I'm really trying to get up there, then I got to do this. I got a ladder right here. Now I got to start pulling out ladders and stuff like that. And then you're not going to be doing that every time you need some yarn, some thread, a needle, some extra pencils. What did I do with my drawers? Where's your bra at? No, you're not doing it. I got stuff up there that I need, and every time I look up there, I be like, yeah, I ain't going up there. I'm only talking about the truth, y'all. I'm not talking about this made up social media stuff. That made up social media stuff that y'all be seeing is fake. The realization is you need storage. See those bins? Look. See those are bins that I got on the edge of the bed, back of the bed, acting like a little, what did they used to call them? That little case your grandmama got at the bottom of the bed. You got to start thinking about where, okay. Okay, Ghosty. Say you are too used to your large house. Now you living small realization is setting in. No, Ghosty, you're wrong. You're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not that I'm used to listen, you don't know me, Ghosty. I'm more gangster than you will ever know. I was living in a tent for a year before this. This ain't that. This is realization. And y'all can go off of that fake stuff y'all see on TikTok all you want to. But I promise you. For instance, here you go. All right. While you're in a shed, putting stuff together. Because for some reason, I'm trying to be realistic with y'all. For some reason, everybody think as soon as you get the shed, this is a HGTV video, and everything you want done to your shed is going to be done like that in the next 30 minutes to 45 minutes with or without commercials. Let me show you something. I've been working on this shed all year. You see all of this stuff? It's not misplaced. Let me move that. It's not misplaced. You see all of this stuff here? That's not garbage. That's not junk. You see all of this? I'm going to tell you why that's there. Here's one of my washing machines. You need somewhere to put your doggone shoes because you can't wear Crocs all the time. You got to switch your Crocs from sneakers to boots to your pig pen boots and all that. You need space. Now, let me show you. Everything ain't done. So what are we looking at here? Okay. Look. Here's all my pipes that I'm working on my plumbing. I'm about to put in my well pump. Here go the rest of my equipment for my well pump. Here go the extra lights that I gotta put out for security. I could go on. Here's one of my pumps I'm gonna run for my water tank. Here's the grease that I need to grease my tractor joints. I could go on and on and on. And there is nowhere to store this stuff, but you need it because everything ain't done. It's never done. And I don't want you to think for 1 second that you're going to do this crap you see on HGTV and it's going to be all over with. I got a bathroom. My bathroom, I connected the sink. I connected everything. Guess what? I didn't run the water. I didn't run any plumbing. So my sink is in there, but my sink is literally just holding my soap. You know? The realization of this all is real. So we're not talking about, let me take it down a notch. Let me take it down a notch. If you design and order a mini house from a shed company, they're going to charge you house money. True, true. Ghosty says, same happened to me. I came from a large house, then ended up in a small house. I had to get rid of a lot of stuff and have my stuff. Okay, you see, Ghosty, you came from a big house. Let's talk realistic. This goes for everybody. Okay? You came from a big house. See, I didn't come from a big house. I still have my big house. Okay? So I'm not losing. So imagine this. Let's talk about the tools that you need to fix on your tiny house every day. Where you gonna put them at? Mine is on the front porch. So you can't keep using all of these, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be realistic. You're working on things every day, and you're acquiring tools. And where are these tools going? Now you got pipe that you need to put in, plumbing, electrical. Where's all this stuff going? At the same time, you have to be living in it. See? So again, I'm not cutting and ripping on you. I'm just trying to be realistic. Let me grab my other glove. I'm just trying to be realistic, and I don't want nobody to get that fake HGTV crap in their head, right? Says a secure place for safe storage and dry shipping containers. True. We're gonna talk about that too. Okay. So you need as much space as you possibly can, and everybody said you need a shed for your shed. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And guess what? Mine is on its way. All right, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. My storage shed is on its way. I purchased a storage shed for all of my stuff, and I'm gonna show you why. Just to prove my point again, and then we're gonna go around and I'm gonna start showing y'all the real stuff, okay? I don't have to prove myself, but I feel I need to, because I don't want to lie to you. Look at all of this stuff. This ain't junk. This is stuff I use every day. Look at over here. All of this is not junk. I need this stuff. Everything I use every day. Every day. My pig boots, my buckets, all of this stuff. My fuel, refrigeration, my shower, my water jugs, all of this, I need it. Right? So where am I putting all this stuff? And if you leave it out in the sunlight and in the weather and in the rain, it's going to ruin it eventually. In the heat, in the cold, you're going to ruin it. So I do have a shed coming, and I'm gonna do a whole video on that. So here's my second, when we talking about space. If I had to do it all over again, do you have any personal experience with EcoFlow Delta Mini Power Station? We just talked about all of that stuff in the power video, okay? This is the tiny shed video, so hang on. We talking about space. If I had to do it all over again, that is me knocking pup. If I had to do it all over again, I would have purchased a shed with my shed. I would have purchased like a carport with the shed. You're going to need it. Now, I want to say one more thing about realization. One more thing about realization, then we're going to get off of that. Please, for heaven's sakes, get that tiny house crap. The whole phrase basically is misunderstood. It's misused. The tiny house movement was for people that just wanted a little tiny house, like my bug out trailer. My bug out trailer is a tiny house. That's the real deal. If you're getting a shed, I promise you, I'm going to tell you something that the people on HGTV and social media, what they're not saying. I've even heard a couple of people say this before, but it's not a popular thing to say. When these people get these tiny sheds and tiny homes like this, you want to know what else they got? A storage unit. They don't say that very often, and if you watching HGTV, they'll edit that part out. You will never hear it. Those people have storage units full of stuff. Now, they may be living in a doggone 10 by 10 shed, but they got a doggone storage unit that's 20 by 20. And they say, I don't pay much in rent. I only pay $200 in rent. But you paying $600 to the storage facility to keep all your stuff in. It don't even make sense. And that is the realization. Go look it up yourself. Or if you know people with tiny houses, go ask them yourself. To me, living in a tiny house is no different than sleeping on your mama couch. Your mama said you can stay there for a couple weeks, but your stuff, I ain't got no room for your stuff. You got to find somewhere for your stuff. That's tiny house to me. Your mama said, hey, you can sleep on the couch, baby. Don't put your feet up there. But you can sleep on the couch for a couple weeks till you find something, find out what you about to do. But your stuff, you're going to have to find somewhere for your stuff. Okay? That's the tiny house to me. That's the equivalent. Right? So that's why I'm talking about space so much before we get into anything else. Because I beg you, if you're about to get a tiny house, I beg you, get as much space. Take that word tiny house out of your vocabulary. Get that out of your vocabulary. Get as much living space as you can afford. If you want a porch, when you get extra money, build a porch. Okay? But make sure you got as much indoor, inside dwelling, living space as you can possibly afford. Everything else is a joke, it's a scam, it's a gimmick. All right? Now, I'm going to say one more thing that's not popular at all. I hope y'all with me. And this is really going out to Crafty Leo. Nobody wants this, but it's just the truth. If you buy a shed in this shape, like this, that look like a little house, you spend more money on the shape. You spend extra money on the shape of this house. That's not giving you any storage. If you purchase the ones with nobody like them, they shaped like a barn. That gives you damn near a whole upstairs of not just storage, but actual living space. You put a little ladder on that thing and reinforce those rafters, you got a whole little bedroom up there. Okay? I'm just saying, the ones that look like a barn, don't nobody like them. Nobody likes them. But if I had it all over to do all over again, I would purchase the one shaped like a barn, because that whole top half is living space. It's not just storage. And you can run that living space all the way across. That's living space that you will be up there walking across. Right? My Renaissance grandma said, I like the barn shaped one. You know what? I didn't used to like them, but now I got more respect. Crafty Leo said, I want the one that looks like a barn, actually a metal building. Absolutely. Absolutely. Way more space for your stuff. Right, that's it. A loft. They come with a half a loft that you can complete and finish it out yourself. Right? I promise you, if I had it all over to do again, I would do a barn. All right? So now we're done talking about space. We're not done talking about space because we're going to keep these videos coming every week. Okay? But what we're going to talk about now, what do you do? I'm going to ask the question first. What's the first thing you do when you get your shed? Everybody, this is a question for you. What's the first thing that you do when you get your tiny shed, your living dwelling, your dwelling? What do you do when you get your tiny house? What's the first thing you're going to do? What's the first job, the accomplishment that you're going to do in it? Okay, I hear secure it. First thing, as soon as you get your tiny house, what's the first thing you're going to do to them? Make sure it's waterproof. Okay. Crafty Leo, drywall, golden transitions, foundation, level it. Who was that said level it? Okay, I'm saying everybody's name today. Jamaica, level it. Lori says electric. Tiffany, Renee. Tiffany, Renee, get a whole loft. Queen, insulation. Maxie says level the ground. I'm talking about what are you going to do once it's delivered? Once it's yours, what do you do? Because all the ground leveling and stuff comes before you bring it. Silver Page, run electric. Okay. Ayo says, Chris in the bathroom. You ain't got a bathroom yet. You might have to poop in a corner. Casey says insulation. Frago says wiring, plumbing, walls. Okay. Let me see. TLC says make a layout and design a floor plan. Okay. Okay. 20 toes. I have 800 square foot barn, stairs to the second floor. Okay. Miss No Slick Name says barn dominiums are dope. Yes, they are. All right. Florida Evans says insulate. All right. Nessa says find out your layout where you will put it. Leslie says the land should be left up. That's before you even get it. I'm talking about once you get it, what's the first thing you're going to do to it? All right. F. McSkarkins says map out living areas. Okay. Day 2, insulation. Misbehaving says wood stove. Insure it. Kathy says insurance. Insure it. Queendom says change the doors and the locks. You've been living in the hood too long, Queendom. Yeah, I ain't knocking that though. Change the doors and the locks. Guess what I did? Change the doors and the locks. Okay, and added some extra ones. Brown Sugar said pray in it first. You gonna need it. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany Renee. Hello Love says pray. Okay. Pray over it. OG says do my floor plans. Okay. Tina David says measure and figure out where to place things at. All right. I think we all got it. Woo, I'm way behind. All right. The first one to say this, because a lot of people was right. Nobody was wrong. Even the young lady that said Chris in the bathroom. I'm not gonna knock that because you're gonna have to use it. For some reason, as soon as you get into your tiny shed, you gotta use the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Lloyd Lewis was the first one to say, run your electric. Now, I'm gonna say this. At first, that was the right answer. Until TLC in the Garden said, map out your floor plan. She was the first one to say, map out your floor plan to see where all your living spaces are going to go. Do not put up drywall first. Don't even purchase, listen, do not even buy the drywall yet. Because all it's going to do is sit around and get messed up in the weather or something. You sit there and get you a pen and some paper and you measure every corner from top to bottoms. Don't go off of the specs that the builder gave you. You want to know why? How many people don't know why you shouldn't go off the specs? If you bought a 12, let's just say you bought a 12 by 28. Do you think you're going to get 12 by 28 living space? Listen close to me now, because I'm spitting some game you're going to want to know. You will not be getting a 12 by 28. You're going to be getting something like a 9.5 by 27 or 26.5, something like that. I'm going to tell you why. They play games with your emotions. They measure the 12 feet by the end of this roof peak. Where that roof come down and peek over the wall, they start there and run it all the way to this one where the roof peak goes over the wall. The actual inside from wall to wall, I did this before, something like 9.5. Y'all want to measure it? Let's measure it. We ain't got nothing better to do. Come on. This is realization. I'm trying to kick as much game as possible. Okay. Okay. Now, let's just say this. I bought a 12 by 28, right? Okay. We came out 10.5 feet. So they shortened me 1.5 feet. That is, they're adding on the 2x4, so that's 4 inches. 4 inches, that's 8. That's extra 8 inches. That'll make it 11 feet. After that, then to the outside, the wall structures, say about 2 inches, 2 inches, 4 inches. They're going from roof tip to roof tip to get your entire 12 feet. So they're shorting you almost a foot of space because you can't do nothing about the actual studs. But you think that you're going to have 12 feet from this wall to that wall. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. I'm showing you right now. 10 feet, 6 inches. Right here. That's where it stopped. Right? And I'm going to tell you another secret too. Now this is a secret why I made my bathroom so big. Because when you measure this stuff, you also need to remember to measure how thick is your drywall that you're going to put on. What kind of drywall you putting on and how thick will it be? You have to add that into your measurement. If you measuring, like this bathroom, I made it a 4x5, right? Wait a minute. Had a little spider on my neck. If it feel like something crawling on you in the south, it is. Okay. So my bathroom is a 4 foot wide by 5 foot long. You're just because you measured out 4 by 5, you still gotta take away the space for the studs, or add the studs on the inside of that line, and then you have to add the half inch for the inside drywall and the other half inch for the outside drywall, giving you a total of an extra inch. So that's 4 inches for the studs. So that's 4 inches. I mean, yeah, that's 5 inches for two sides, sandwiching the drywall. Here's the stud. Here's the stud, and then drywall. That's the little sandwich that you gotta calculate this. Here's the drywall, stud, drywall. All of that is equals up to 5 inches. Now you have to take that 5 inches to build your wall away from whatever you're building, your bathroom or your extra room, your bedroom wall. You have to subtract this, or your measurements gonna all be off. Okay? So that's some other realization that I wanted to kick to you. Don't go off the manufacturer specs, because they're I ain't gonna say they're lying, they're just misleading. Thank you for that, Shaggy. Thank you for that. That will definitely go to the pond fund. Thank you for that, Shaggy. Okay, I'm trying to make sure Grown with Hudson in the house. Sandra Gillard, how you doing, Sandra Gillard? Grown with Hudson in here. All right, ladies, gentlemen. So I hope, and everybody, all the young folks that's in here, I hope you learned something. Coming home from college, you about to graduate from college, okay? You need somewhere to live, because daddy and mama is like, All right, the measurements. So now the first thing you do is measure out everything. Where do you want everything? You have to make it logical, right? Now, once you measure out everything, know where everything is, why do you measure out and make a floor plan first? This is why. Because I don't have any electricity plugs up here. No electrical plugs. None. I got one plug behind here. Behind my, y'all get a chance to see my old homestead. I'm growing corn. But I got one plug right there. In the stupidest spot on earth. Gina versus Gina in the house. What's up, my sister? And I got one more plug right here. That is the only electrical outlets that I have. Why? Because my daughter didn't have, when my daughter bought this, she didn't have a floor plan. She just needed somewhere to live. Okay? Now when my son-in-law put up the drywall, I have to bust this drywall open to run electrical now. I have to bust this wall open to run plumbing now. If you do that before you even put this drywall up, run your electrical, first get your floor plan, run your electrical, run your plumbing, and then run your insulation. Trust me, go in that order. I can't make this up. Go in that order. Because if you don't, you're going to be backtracking, busting up perfectly good drywall, trying to do stuff that you should have did in the first place. I know you don't want to do it that way, and you don't want to be looking at no wood studs. But trust me. Okay. Now, here's another question that I'm going to ask y'all, okay? Do you want your shed to be off-grid? When I say off-grid, I mean you are not interested in hooking it to your house power. Say you put it in your backyard. Do you want your shed, your workshop, your chill and lounge? Do you want it connected to the power on your house? Or do you want it totally self-contained? Dave Busby in the house. What's up, brother? Do you want your shed totally self-contained? Because that's a good question. Okay? Self-contained or okay, I get a lot of off-grid, okay? I needed to ask that question because everybody ain't going to stay on no land and off-grid. Some people putting it in their backyards. Okay, most people want it self-contained off-grid. That's what we're going to talk about now. Can you make a tiny house that you can withstand weather modification? I don't know. You have to look into that. Okay, everybody wants self-contained. So that's right down my alley because I'm off-grid. All right? With the off-grid, self-contained, you want water. You need water. I say the next thing you do, this is before you putting furniture in the house, anything. Run you some rain gutters on both sides. Run as long from the front to the back. Run rain gutters and either get you some IBC totes or one big water containment tank. Because no matter what you're doing, whether it's just your chilling spot or it's your workshop, you need water. Okay? You're going to need water, and you ain't going to want to keep running in the house to get it. You ain't going to be wanting to run out in the woods and get it. You want it now. When I cut that tap on, I'll need water. Okay? So now, we're going to talk about, thank you, Lori Lewis. Now we're going to talk about it. With having water, power, solar, okay? So that's self-contained. Now we're talking about solar power for power. We're talking about water, rainwater. Now we're talking about heating it up. Heating it up, get a wood stove. Okay, because electric heat don't work. And if we're talking about cooling it off, get you an EcoFlow wave or a window unit like this and run it through your solar. It just works. Okay? And everything is running off the sun. You ain't got no bill. Let me see. Okay, so now with you got water, how's you heating your water up? Let's say this, okay? Like the young lady was saying earlier, was talking about the survival part of it. You're not going to be doing that when you live out here. Like, I'm not talking to everybody, okay? Again, when I don't live here, so y'all know that. But let's say I work here. So I'm here a lot on my farm, okay? Had to get that out there. So, when I need to wash up, like I do, you can see the salt in my shirt and the sweat, okay? What am I going to do? Do I need to boil some water to heat it up? No. I'm going to tell you why. There's nothing wrong with boiling water to wash up. There's nothing wrong with that because I do that still, okay? But it depends. It depends, right? Check this out. There's nothing wrong with boiling your water to heat up some water. I don't even cook indoors because when you cut that stove on, you might as well cut that air conditioner off. That one little eye, burning eye, will heat this whole mug up, even in the wintertime. You don't want that. When it's summertime like this and it's 98 degrees outside, you do not want to be lighting up no fires inside. So you either get a tankless water heater or a mini water heater. Remember, it's just you and somebody else, right? It's just you and somebody else. And I'm going to tell you something about the tankless water heater. I mean, the Well, we ain't even gonna go there. Let me show you what I got. Now, this is for me and my wife, and we use it, and you don't run out of water, okay? If you run out of water, then you're doing too much. Okay. I'm breaking you down here. I'm bringing you down here with me. Okay. Today, I'm going to show you everything. I don't think I showed y'all before, but I'm going to show you. I needed to pad these old kneecaps, boy. Woo! Starting to burn, baby. All right. I'm going to get some light in here for y'all. But I'm going to open it all the way up. All right. That's my water heater. Can y'all see that? That's a mini water heater right there. And I'll put the link. I'm going to put the link in the description box with the EcoFlow stuff. It's off right now because it's so hot I don't need hot water. But at night when it cool down, yeah, I'll be wanting to wash up with some warm water. And I don't want to be cutting on the stove, okay? So this is connected to this Delta, this EcoFlow Delta, just so it's running its own thing over here, okay? So this ain't connected to the rest of the house. This is just on its own, because this is what powers this. And this uses about 700 watts for about 5 minutes. And it cuts off. And it only cuts on like probably once every 2 hours for about 2 minutes or so. So it doesn't use any energy. Okay? So I'll show you that right now. Keep your eye on this screen. Keep your eye on this screen. And keep your eye on this. Watch this. See, it came on. The light came on. Now watch this. It's about to tune up. Here it comes. You hear it? Ramping up. Oh, the light did. I got the light cut off. Right there, it's using 1400 watts because I got it on high. It will do that for 5 minutes. This is a 1,000 watt unit right here. This is only 1,000 watt hours. So don't worry that it's pulling 1,300 watts. It's only going to do it for 5 minutes. This is at 99% energy. So it's by the time it heat that water all the way up, it's only going to be down to like 98, 97%. You ain't lost nothing. And it's going to be like that all the time. It's not going to use too much power. So this is a 2.5 gallon tank. So imagine 2.5 milk jugs of piping hot water. It's hot. I got it on its hottest setting. 2.5 gallons of water to wash up, take you a quick shower. Remember, you mixing this with cold water too, okay? So imagine you need it to be a little bit hot. So you're going to be using mostly cold water and maybe a third, and if you like it hot, 50% hot water. That's a nice shower. Get your butt up out of there. Remember, you in a shed. I'm going to cut that back off. That's that. Okay? And now you can see my little propane tank in here? That's what I use my little 5-pound propane tank for. I use my little 5-pound propane tank for my stove. And all of the things I catch from my sink, I recycle my water. I I don't want to hook no septic up like that, because that's not, I don't need that. I'm recycling my water, so I don't need to do all of that. Everything that come out of there, I only use, I'm gonna show you. I use this soap when I'm washing my dishes and stuff that's safe for the environment. So I can use this. This won't harm the environment, harm my animals or nothing. So that's why I do that. So that, I'm gonna bring you up top here. That is everything. Okay? Here's my hot water. Thank you for that, Hector. And here's my cold water. It's hot already. That's hot already. Y'all, I wish y'all could see that. That's hot already. I'm telling you, it don't take 5 minutes to heat that water up in the dead of winter. All right? Now, this goes right down in that bucket. I take that bucket and go water my garden with it, because it has this environmentally friendly soap. And if you don't believe that it don't work, I'm going to show you my garden. But here's my stove. I don't need 4 freaking eyes. I'm not cooking holiday meals in this mug. Everything, I have used this one time just because I wanted to. Well, let me show you. I've used this eye once just because I wanted to. You don't need this. You need just this. And I got the electrical hooked to that delta under there. And all that does is this, is cut it on. Hear the ticking? That's all that's for, is to light it. And then that's the propane. That's all that's for. I'm going to cut that off because I can feel the heat on it already. That's it. You don't need to do a whole bunch of nonsense, okay? It's not necessary. All of that fake, what about butane? I'm telling you what I got. If you want to do that, knock yourself out. Where are you purchasing butane from? And why? Why would you want to do why would you want to do butane? Like, why? When propane is cheaper and it's easier to find, why would you make it butane? Like, why would you do that to yourself? Okay. Thank you, Hector. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. So thank you for sharing all this lead. I'm taking notes for my build. Man, I'm going to be doing this a lot now. So I'll show you whatever you need to know. Let me see. Okay. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions about the shed? Veronica says, Led, you didn't lie about Ring doorbell app. My neighbor posted her power went out last night, again 10 a.m. I'm telling you, if you look on one of them apps, you'll see they having problems. All right. Do I have any questions about anything I've said so far? That is my kitchen. That's my kitchen. That's a necessity. Marlo, you do me a favor and go back to the beginning of this video. We explain all of that, okay? What kind of insulation is in the shed? Whatever kind you want. The insulation that you pick that's a personal thing. So it does, that's neither here nor there. Can you use the water heater for outdoor showers? Yeah, if you want to, yes. Absolutely you can. I'm going to put it in the link below after this video, okay? Creative growth, the stove I purchased was butane. Can you use propane instead? If that wasn't a legal problem, I would answer you. Okay? I got butane on my nose. If that wasn't a legal situation for me, I would answer you. I would just go propane, okay? Forever says, I have electric panel, etc. in shed came that way, but can you put a plug on it to run a solar? I don't know. I don't know. I can't touch that, okay? That's messing with some legal stuff that I can't mess with. Uh 2A size healthier says, Led, you said 16 by what for minimum shed? No less than 16 by 32 living space, not the porch. No porch. 16 by 32, I wouldn't go no less than that. On my next go round, I wouldn't go no less than that. Hey, Serenity Acres, how you doing? You know something too? Um, I think I'm gonna end up selling this. I think I'm gonna end up selling this so I can start over. I know that sounds crazy, right? But I think I'm gonna end up selling this and start over. That's how much I want that extra 4 feet. Because when we were talking about realization earlier in the bathroom and banging the beats right there, right by your pillow, I don't want to see that bathroom. I don't want that. Ain't nothing wrong. Look, I bang them out, okay? But I don't want to be laying next to it. And I'm going to say this for the most part. When I get out to bed, listen, I'm getting older. I'm trying to be real. I'm getting older. When I get out that bed, I don't like shimmying down that little walkway to get my day started. Me and the dog will roll out and roll over, and she rolling on the floor, I'm rolling out the bed. It's an ugly scene in the morning here, okay? So I wish I had that bathroom space back. That bathroom could be on the porch somewhere if that space. I would like that to, you know what I would do more with this space? We'll go back here. I would love to have this space more for storage. For my clothes and my storage and the things I need, right? Instead of banging the beats. And then, so I could get out of my bed and get off on either side if I wanted to, and have some space to walk around, have some drawers and cabinets over here with my clothes and my stuff in it, right? Instead of me playing leapfrog over my clothes like I do here. Wait, I almost showed y'all some big old drawers, y'all. Y'all don't want to see. Turn the kids' heads. Turn their heads. I almost showed them some big old drawers. All right. So, I'm going to take y'all in here. Y'all ain't going to want to see this, okay? But I'm going to close the door. I'm going to come in here. We're going to turn around. But we're going to do this real. Because I want you to see the realization of this, okay? Now, I'm going to show you this part that I hooked up. It's a solar shop light. That's my bathroom light. It's a solar panel outside connected to this, giving me light in my bathroom so I can shave or do whatever else I need to do, cut my hair, okay? Now, you got enough room for one towel rack. I ain't gonna show y'all my urine. I told you this is real. It's some urine hanging here. I ain't gonna get that grimy with y'all. But I told you I had to pee before I came on the second video. But you need a mirror, right? You gotta hang your towels up. And then here's my sink that ain't hooked up. It's just, you know what's in my sink? Tissue paper. Gotta wipe your cheeks. Tissue paper. Contact solution. Reality. So once I actually hook the water into that, then I'll actually, put this stuff. This is going to be gone, this shelf, and I'm going to build another shelf up here. In here is my, uh, basically my medicine cabinet, your bathroom cabinet, your tissue paper, and all that other stuff, right? Your lotions and stuff. But for the most part, it's the bathroom, it's the broom closet, it's the power closet, it's the hang your pants up. I ain't gonna show y'all no big old drawers now. And it's where you bang the beats. Let me make sure I don't think I. Yeah, okay. This ain't. I had to make sure wasn't no bang in there. No, those are fresh wood chips. But this is where you bang the beat. Now you want to know what you do with your bang? You take this out. You pull that trash bag out. You twist it up. You take it out. You either go bury it or throw it away. Whatever you're gonna do. And that's what you do. Bang the beat. Okay? Okay. So that's that. And all you do here, cut your light out. Make sure you cut your light out because you're running on solar. That's a battery. You got enough space in this bathroom to wash up, bang it out, and get out. Ain't no sitting in here, singing in the shower and bathtub and all of that garbage. No. Like I used to tell my kids growing up, wash it up and get out. Wash it up and get it out. That's all you got time to do. Okay? You can add as many shelves as you want. But you need storage. You need space. You need somewhere because in the middle of the night, you got to poop. You got to pee. You got to do this stuff. It's stuff that human nature, you can't not do. Okay? And for everybody to keep saying that HGTV stuff, man, it don't work like that. It just don't. It's in the beginning, Hector. Hector, it's a 16 by 32, okay? 16 by 32, Hector. Don't go no smaller than that. Trust me. Ladybugs, as you get older, you need more space for the bathroom and the kitchen. And you know what? I'm going to say not necessarily the kitchen, but the bathroom. The bathroom, the bedroom, and your living space. You start getting a little older, so you're not as agile. So all of these obstacles in my way, the reason I got so much floor space right here, just got a table right there in the ottoman that I just pushes out the way all the time, is because in the middle of the night, when I hear something going on out here and I come out there with that popcorn popper, I don't want to kill myself by running to see what's going on, run to the front door, see what's trying to kill my chickens, and then I trip over something stupid and then, put a hole through myself. You need space. Say this house on fire. You can't have so much cluttered stuff everywhere. Because if there's an emergency, you got to get out of there. Ain't no more. You can't, all your little secret ways you hide stuff and trying to make space. That's great and all. But the realization is that emergencies happen. I've had emergency happen. I don't want to talk about it, but I've had an emergency happen where, thank God, I'm going to tell you when it happened too. Around the time when I was building this bathroom. And I had an emergency, and thank God I had cleared out all this drywall and stuff out of my way because I had to hobble out of here. Say, Led, if you decide to sell, will you get one with the door placed on the side? Yes. Yes, I will. Absolutely, I will. That's another one. Let's talk about it. Get more than more than one door. Get at least 2 doors. Don't play games. This one door, if my front door is compromised for some reason, say a tree fall this way and block my door, what am I gonna do? I gotta shimmy my big self out one of these little windows. You wanna know what that look like? Have you ever had one of those jelly packets from McDonald's to put on your McBiscuit? When you squeeze that jelly out of that little packet onto your biscuit while you driving, have you ever seen how much mess that make? You trying to drive to work and you squeeze that little jelly packet or that ketchup packet onto that McBiscuit. Okay, that's exactly what I would look like trying to get out of one of these little windows. Okay, because these aren't standard windows. These windows are like RV windows. I believe they like foot or something like that. It'll be ugly. It'll be ugly, messy scene. Okay, nothing good is going to come from it. You understand me? All right, jelly packet. You start from the bottom and you roll him to the top. Jelly. You don't want that for yourself. Every day. Let me show y'all something. I'm gonna show you something. Lady Led, I'm glad we talking about doors. So you will be the first to see. Lady Led said, get rid of this window right by the bathroom. She said, get rid of that. Forget this stupid table. Get rid of this window. Put a door right there. She said, I mean it. Said, I mean it. So that is in my cards. I'm going to put a door right here to go out to the outside. What do you think is a good price for the range 16 by 32? I don't think what a good price is. It's all up to you. I can't give you, though. That's personal information that only you can solve. Okay? That's where you have to do your research and go shopping and bargain hunting. I can't answer that for you, especially now when we're talking about prices. Don't even bring up prices right now in this climate of the world, this economical crash. Let's not talk about prices, because it is what it is now. Whatever it is, there is no I prefer this price. That ship has sailed. Okay. Right now, we are trying to get the things that we need. It's important. And things like this are very important for a lot of people out there, because people is getting kicked out of their houses. People getting kicked out of their apartments. And you wanted to hear something that I hear a lot of? A lot of people say, I got family, they got land somewhere, and they don't do nothing with it. That's a perfect opportunity to where's your shower, and does it have a separate water heater? Let me see who you are. June Woo. Listen, everybody, listen now, because this is a good one. June Woo says, where is your shower, and does it have a separate water heater? Yes, it does. It does have a separate water heater. How many people want to see my shower? Y'all got to let me know if you want to see my shower. I'll show it to you. If you don't, because really, I can wash up in there if I want to. But you said shower. Shower. Got you. All right. Field trip. Laird Farmer field trip. Laird Farmer field trip. All right. Here we go. Pup, you stay in here. Let me see what the heat is. All right. Laird Farmer field trip. My shower. Hold on, I got to get something real quick. Oh, Okay. Okay. Just leave that open. I got to get my shower music. Come on, pup. Oh, wait. I left something out. Oh, there you go. Ta ta da da. Oh, my darling. Okay. Y'all ready? Okay. Okay. Just hang on real tight now. Ain't gonna hurt you none. Here, this better. Put you up here. There you go. There you go. Just like at the spa. Okay, let me just turn you over here a little bit. There you go. Tootie. I told you stop drinking all that corn liquor. Ooh. Watch your eyes, watch your eyeballs, okay? Watch your eyeballs, all right? All right, I done gave you fair warning. Woo. You thought I was gonna pull out old Bourgeois V and all that stuff, didn't you? I saw you, whoa, walking in the rain. You was holding hands and I never be the same. Whew. Oh, whew. Thank you, Jeffrey. You was waiting around for some zest fully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're zest fully clean. Okay. Now, okay, of course I wasn't gonna wash my whole body because the kids that's watching, they would need therapy. Half of y'all would need to be seen by a physician. So I think y'all get the message though, okay? Any questions? Okay. Now, come along, pup. Come along with me, my dear. Now, here's the good part about living off grid. There's nobody here. Now, come on. I may freak these pigs out a little bit, but there's nobody here. Okay, come on. Hold on. Oh, I left my glass out there. Let's answer some questions real quick, and we'll continue. Ooh, it feels so much better in here, too. Okay, let's answer some quick questions, and we'll keep going. Was that hot water? Yes. Did you see that black tote, that black wrap around there? That heats the water up. Now, if I want cold water, it's summertime. You understand? Oh, thank you for that, Jeffrey. It's summertime. There is no cold water. Okay? So, you know, you talking about it, it was almost 100 degrees today. So, it's not going to be cold water. Now, if you want hot water, if you really want real hot water, I did hook up the sprinkler. Oh, you mean like a lawn sprinkler? That ain't the worst idea. But if you talking about hot water, just so you know, all jokes aside, all right, I'm going to show y'all the truth, okay? That is actually what I do. So don't walk up on me by accident. Come on. Come on. Live from a field trip. Come on, pup. Okay, just so you know, remember the whack porch? Whack Arnold's? I really truly do use this Bourgeois V. When I need hot water and I want to wash with hot water, I use that 5-gallon bucket, because that's, don't forget to turn the pump off. I did. I used this Bourgeois V, and I put a little 1-pound tank on the back of propane. If I really want a really hot, and just let it run over me, like for real, for real. But let me tell you something. Let me show you something, okay? This is the truth. Trying to put a shower inside your shed is doable, but it just takes up space. So you see this beam right here? This is one of the beams. I'm about to build an outdoor shower right here. This hole from that window to here, out to 8 feet out, I'm gonna build an outdoor shower bath. Like it's gonna have a boom box in it, and I can just stand in there and just take me a good shower without making the chickens get sick. Come on, pup. So, let me see. What happened to the shower setup when you went camping? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not camping. I'm not camping. See that? And again, let's remind one another. Let's remind one another. This is reality. This ain't no jokes. This ain't no games. And it ain't for fun necessarily. All that survival stuff, and that is temporary. I want to make sure people know that. I don't want to come across all with no lies. Hose, head handle with a different space. Say hose, head handle with different spray options will work well for an outdoor shower. Okay. I don't know. We'll see about that, Neats. Brown Sugar say, I think they're referring to the one that's hooked up to the mobile tiny trailer. Yeah, that's on my bug out trailer. If they're talking about the shower on my bug out trailer, that's on my bug out trailer. Would you consider doing an outdoor shower made of adobe bricks and earth bags? No. Absolutely not. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. Yes, PG, you missed it. Would you consider? Oh yeah, hey y'all. We now I'm gonna answer two questions. You started. I'm gonna answer two questions. The first question I'm gonna answer is, did I talk about what do I do with my wastewater? Yes, I'm gonna answer that. I use a special kind of soap when I either wash up or whatever I'm doing for real, and I pour it in my garden, and my garden is flourishing. So I know that soap it ain't harming my tomatoes and peppers and stuff. All right. No, how about building the shower by the right? No, I'm not. I don't need all of that. I don't need all that. See, when you doing this for real, and you start looking at the schematics of how stuff work, you will start to see, yeah, that sounds nice, but it won't. It ain't gonna work. So does the just go get some soap. With y'all interested in the soap and stuff and what I do with my turds, whatever you want to do with your turds and what kind of soap you want to use is completely up to you. Now we getting a little too personal, okay? It's starting to get a little weird, all right? Those questions, if you don't know, that's getting a little weird, okay? Um, I'm sure I'm already pushing the limit. Suggestion for winter? Yeah, wash your tailbone in this bathroom. And you got to remember something else too. I live in the South. Let the shower go, y'all. Let the shower go. I mean, if these are the things that you want to do for your shower, these are your ideas for your shower. Okay? I already know what works and what don't work. So you're coming up with ideas that I know will fail. Now, if you want to experiment and build your shower the way you want to build it and take your turds and do what you want to do with them, I mean, that's great for you. This ain't about me. It's about you. Okay? So they got a lot of different soaps out there that you can wash dishes with. You can wash with that Dr. Bonner's, stuff like that. What does it mean if you live in the South? I'm not. If you don't know what that means, I'm not. I'm not going. I'm not the one. I'm not qualified to tell you if you don't understand what that means. I'm not sure where you're from, but if you don't know anything about the South, I'm not the one to explain it to you. Okay. What determined the placement of your wood stove? That's a good question. I put the wood stove in a central location. So while that wood stove is heating up, I can feel it from the bed. I can feel it from the front door. If you put that wood stove, if I would have put it in this corner, I wouldn't feel it all the way back there. You want your wood stove centrally located, like in the middle of whatever your dwelling is going to be. So that's what you really. Hey, Salon Diva, how you doing, my sister? You want your wood stove centrally located because when you're trying to heat your place up, it looks cute in a corner. And I've seen a lot of people put them in corners, and I promise you, that's just for looks. They're having a hard time back in this corner back here. If they trying to sleep or they sitting back here on the couch, they looking over at this wood stove, wishing that they would have put it there. Cause look, let's look at it. Stop barking at the roof. Let's look at it. I got that for several different reasons, right? I like looking at the fire. You may not like looking at the fire. I like looking at my fire that I just built. I like staring at the flames. I look at my fire and I don't even think about this TV. So that's a centerpiece to me. I made sure that I bought a wood stove that's just not for heating, but it's also a centerpiece. It's a piece of artwork. So when I got that fire going, oh man, I stare at that all night. I will stare at that fire and look at those flames all night. So it's not just about efficiency and centering it for efficiency, but I also wanted it to be like one of the main pieces that I'm looking at from no matter what angle or where I am in the shed, I can see that. And I can pay attention to that. Okay? All right. Let me see. Say, I'm in Arizona. What do you recommend for keeping ourselves cool in summertime? I don't know. I don't live in Arizona. I can't even understand your kind of heat. So I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about everywhere and everybody. I can't even listen. I've been to Texas, San Antonio to be exact. My wife is from Mississippi. And to me, it's like dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. It's so hot down there. I can't even begin to tell you. Okay, I live in Oklahoma, so so I don't know what to tell you. Say, I bet the fire is always different. There is no flame that's the exact same ever. Ever. Let me see. Strawberry. So I'm in Arizona. Strawberry. When you was talking about the Adobe stuff, listen, I wasn't ripping on you. I just want to let you know, when I know y'all watch a lot of stuff. Come on, let's be for real. Let's I'm gonna get with y'all. I know y'all watch a lot of stuff on HGTV. You watch a lot of videos on YouTube and TikTok and all of that stuff, right? And y'all get a lot of good ideas from all of these people that's building their sheds or their houses out of poop and straw and cow patties and clay and all of that stuff. Now, if you have the energy of an 18-year-old, I will say go for it if that's what you want to do. I say go for it. If you want to build a house out of boiled dodo eggs or whatever else they do on TikTok, listen, if you want to do that, go for it. If I was 18 again, 19 again, I probably would build my own home out of my forest, the wood in my forest, build my own cabin. But I'm not 18 anymore, you know? And I'm not going to pretend I'm 18, and I'm not going to pretend that, I don't be needing a nap, okay? So when people be like, why don't you just use the wood in your forest and build your cabin? Every time somebody asks me that or say something like that to me, I say, they must be about 18, 19 years old. And ain't never done nothing, been nowhere. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you want to experience that, do it. And put it on your chart and say, I did that. But when you start getting up in your 40s and in your 50s and your 60s, that's not. You need efficiency. Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I make, we will be together. No. Every step I take needs to be efficient. If I'm going to walk out this door, You know what I do first? I think about how many other things can I accomplish on the way out this door. I can take out the trash. I can fix this carpet on the way out. I can pick up this hat that fell on the floor. Everything I do is thought out with efficiency. When I get out the bed, which direction am I going? I just don't jump out the bed no more like I'm 18. I'll be like, okay, am I going to get down at the bottom? Should I roll over on my side? Let me see how my arm feeling. No, don't roll out like that. That arm's still clicking. Oh, we just going to tuck and roll and hope for the best and get as close to our slippers as we can. Okay? It's the truth. But Strawberry, my sister, if you got the energy to do that and build the little adobe huts and bathrooms and stuff out of clay and stuff, sister, go for it. If you have that energy, I won't say don't do it. If you have that energy and you have that youth on your side, do it. Okay? But for me, I'm at an age now, I try to work smarter, not harder. Those adventurous things like that in my life, I ain't saying I'm over the hill, but I'm up there crip walking on the top. You know what I'm saying? So if I had that energy like that, yeah. But young lady, go for it if you can, okay? Now all I want to do is just, hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up, put it together, click it together. All right, I want to show y'all one more thing, and then I'm going to take as many questions as I can. I'm going to show y'all the latest edition. Y'all seen this already. Y'all seen my well pump already, right? It's beautiful. You're beautiful is true. Y'all seen this. I'm going to be putting this on the side of the shed. And y'all wanted to see the pedestal. Y'all asked, does the pedestal come with it? Yes, it does. If you buy this one, the pedestal comes with it. Or you can buy the one where it's just the pump. This is the whole setup. That's the pedestal. These bolt together and it's up and it stands this high. Okay? So this is that setup. Now, I'm digging a whole new well for that. I thought this was going to go on my well. But this is what's going on my well. This is an electric well pump. This is going to come straight into the house, go through a system of filters, and come straight out of that sink. So I'm going to be getting fresh spring water right out of the ground, right out of my spring that I dug, pressurized by this. This will be powered by my solar. Just like that pump under there is, y'all don't even know about that pump under there. Y'all saw that pump out there I cut on for my shower? That's the same pump that's underneath this sink. So this is about to get put in. And I'm going to dig another well for my hand pump. Okay? I just wanted to show y'all that. Hey, Missy, any questions about anything? I'm wide open, y'all. Not the crazy stuff. That is an RV pump. No, they use them in RVs, but it's just a pump. It's a self-priming pump. It's not an RV. I mean, we playing with words. They use them in RVs and boats and motorhomes and cabins, and they're not just RV. And I'm gonna tell you how I know that. If you go looking for an RV water pump, you'll get a small selection. Go look for a self-priming pump, and they'll give you a way bigger selection. Uh, what do you use to dig your well? I got a whole well video explaining the whole thing. Go back and look at that, okay? It's going to explain everything for you. Can we get links to these items? I'm going to put all these links in this description box under this video, okay? Spencer said, Mr. Laird, how about your fruit trees? We talking about tiny home stuff right now, okay? Let me see. Do you have recommendations for radio communication? We just talk about tiny homes right now, okay? How deep do you plan to dig the well? I'm done digging the well. The well is 20 feet deep. I'm done digging it. I would show y'all, but y'all don't want to see the well. Everybody be like, oh, here you go with the well. You don't want to see the well. Let me see. Oh, the well. Shaggy said the well video is my favorite. Let me see. Strawberry said, I do. See, Strawberry, how old are you? You gotta be about anywhere from 18 to 24. You gotta be. Cause boy, you like, man, I'm ready to build some stuff. Hector said, well, 31. I knew it. I knew you right there. I knew it. Okay. Wow, everybody want to see the well? Y'all want to see the well? Because, listen, if we go see the well, I'm going to pump some water out the well. Because I need some water anyway. Is y'all serious? Okay. Hell, you ain't got to tell me twice. Let's go. Now, okay, I'm a mix business with pleasure. Okay? For now, I'm saying, hey, Lid, can you show us the air conditioning setup real quick? It's just the air conditioning in the window, but yeah. And then we'll go to the well. Matter of fact, let me cut on some lights. All from solar. It's just a normal air condition in the window. That's it. It's a normal air conditioning unit that you can get from Walmart. Nothing special at all. I didn't want to lie to you and be like, okay. Now, I followed y'all advice and said, Led, get those strip lights and put under there. I didn't know they made them like this now. So I followed y'all advice when I built this shelf, and I just put these up maybe a month ago. And they so bright. Okay? You want to go on another field trip? Let's cut these lights out. We don't need to waste them. Okay, let's go on another field trip. All right. I'm going to need one thing, though. I'm going to need... What did I do with it? Okay, I'm going to get a tripod. We're going to need a tripod because this is mixing business with pleasure. Come on, baby. Let me get a tripod and a bucket. You see my piggy wiggies? And my little baby piggy wiggies and my chickens. Look, ham and eggs. You get sausage and gravy. Ham and eggs. No. I knew she was going to do that. No, come on, baby. Come on. We ain't leaving. Look at this. Come on. Look at this. Come on. Come on. I'm going to let you sit in there now. Come on, pup. Come on. Let's go. All right. I ain't got time for that. I'll leave the door open for you. Like Motel 6. I'm not going to wait for you. We'll just deal with this tripod, okay? Because we about to have a lot going on. Let me see. Dump this. Oh. This to answer when y'all was asking, what do I do with my wastewater? Right here. I pour all my wastewater from washing up. Yeah, you hearing it. From washing up and from washing my dishes. If you use that soap that's good for the environment, look at my tomato plants. Look at that. Watch this. Where my peppers at? They down in here. I got tomatoes like crazy. Peppers like crazy. Where my peppers? Look at all of this. And people be telling me, oh, that don't work. I just let my tomatoes run the way they're gonna run too. I ain't even really staking them up. Hey, where my peppers at? I had some peppers out there. Look at this. Beautiful. Yeah. Take it easy. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me find my peppers, y'all. Because I can't let them go. They in here. Dang, I had some good peppers. Where they at? Tomato. Hold on. Let me see. Dang, what'd I do with them? I ain't lying, they was in here. Oh, here they go. That's one of them. Had a few of them in here. Yeah, there they go. See that? And they be talking about some don't waste your water. I'm gonna leave them other two in here. But I'll make me some Rancho El Paso burrito. These bugs. Okay. All right. So let me put these on the table so I don't forget them. All right. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. So I got to do a little work first because the well is so deep now. No, we may be able to do it. I'm gonna use this short hose and try to pull it off. So for everybody that's asking, here's my EcoFlow setup. EcoFlow Delta 3 with the extra battery is running my entire house. This is it. Okay, I can't tell y'all how it's hooked up. And here's the dual fuel smart generator connected to the Delta Pro 3 and the extra battery. So when that gets down, when this goes down to 30%, that cuts on automatically by itself. Okay, let's go. All right, here's the well. It's gonna be rough because I'm gonna have to set this up like this. Hold on, y'all. Trying to make a little tripod for y'all. There you go. Can y'all see okay? Okay. Let me know if y'all can see. If y'all got ears on, can y'all see? Everything all right? All right. Here's all my gravel. Then I'm gonna pour down there with the pipes. Here's my pump. This is my sump here. Hold on. I just need one good bucket. I should get two. I really should get two buckets. I think I will. Okay. I'm gonna give me 2 buckets worth. Y'all just hold your horses. Put this hose on here. I got this sump pump already hooked to the power. Y'all ready to see this? 20 feet down. 20 feet down, and it's only about 3 feet from the top. You see that? Can y'all see that? Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna show you everything, okay? I'm gonna try to hold on to my phone so I don't drop it. Okay. Go get the other end of this hose. Here's my well digger, and here's all my pipe. I'm about to add this, build this well up. Okay. Gotta hold on to this mug. Y'all see that? All right, watch this. I'm gonna just get it all the way down there. All right, I'm gonna stop right there because my extension cord. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Okay, my extension cord came loose. All right, I can't go no further with the extension cord like that, so hold on. Clear as a bell. See it? And it's ice cold. It's ice cold. It gotta be about 50 degrees. It's under 50 degrees. And the water is moving as fast as it's moving. So I'm gonna stop here. Hold on. Gonna get a little crazy for a minute. Okay. That's how fast it fills up. Now this is about to keep on going, keep on filling up. Put that down here so I'm just trying to rinse it out for a second here. Okay. I ain't worried about the mud because that'll get filtered out. See it's filling back up on the sides. That's the water pouring back in from the spring. Oh. I'm getting too fascinated. Okay. That's enough. So now I'm gonna just show y'all me do this. I got my water. That's it. Now, I'm gonna show you the rest. I'm gonna take one of these now and I'm gonna take the other one later. Ugh. Come on, pup. Come on, baby. This is why I need to hook it up to the house. That'll be done this week. Come on, pup. Come on. It would have been clearer than this. Come on, pup. Okay. Woo! Y'all with me? I got mud on my dance floor here. Y'all with me? Okay. Let me see if y'all with me or not before I go any further. See if y'all still with me. Okay, thank you, Shaggy. Thank you. So now, let me see. So all I'm gonna do now, let me get my jar. All right, if I let this water settle, it'll be crystal clear. But since I'm just jamming the doggone pump down there, it's scraping sand and stuff down in there and churning the water up. All right, so it's not as clear as it's not as clear as when me and Lady Lead did it. But watch this. Oh shoot! Okay, see it? And when I tell you it's about 50 degrees, and it's 98 degrees outside, you see that? You're going to see the condensation on there in a minute. See the condensation? Wait a minute. It's ice cold. We've ran bacteria tests. We've ran mineral tests, all kind of stuff. Lady Lead, go to her channel. She'll show you the test that we did on it. No bacteria, no crazy, no lead, no iron, no pollution, no chemicals. Nothing is in it. It's pure. It's pure. And when I tell you, I wish I had a way. I'm going to show you. Wait a minute. I'm gonna try to see if this work, okay? I'm gonna try to see if this work. Wait, outside. It was outside. So hold on. Okay. Okay. I just pointed at anything, the porch, but that's wood. This is the temperature on the porch. All right, it's 89.2. Now, I'm gonna show you the temperature of this water. Now it's close. Okay. Can you see that? What is that? 69.1. Y'all see that? And that's it in the jar. It's getting warmer while it's sitting in there. It's ice cold, man. Told you, right out of the ground, it's ice cold. I have not boiled this since I did it. Let me see. Lead. What size is your Berkey? This ain't a Berkey. This is a smaller frame. I'll tell you the name of it later, but I got Berkey filters in it. So it's It is a Berkey, but not. I didn't want a big giant Berkey. The smallest Berkey they make is too big for this spot. So I bought this because it's small and it only processes 1.5 gallons at a time. You got to keep filling it up, but I didn't want no big gigantic. My Berkey sit this tall and it was double the size round, so I didn't do it. So I'm going to show y'all what I do every day. I do this. I go, not every day, but I get a 5-gallon bucket of water out the well or out of the rain catchment. I run it through this Berkey. I don't boil the well water. I boil the rain water. Out the well, every test I do, nothing. Run it through here, and then let me show you what I do next. I keep running it through, and then I fill these back up. So I can have water on demand for in case of emergency. So that's all I keep doing. I'm going to put a lid back on my water so nothing contaminates it. And then just keep running it through and keep putting it away and keep saving it. Okay, so these are things that you might want to think about when you're doing your tiny home. If it's off grid, if it happen to be off grid, if you plan on digging a well or something like that, these things is important because I'm telling you, if you don't have any water, you better not have no livestock if you ain't got no water. And I made a promise to myself. That I was not going to bring in any more water after I dug that well. I'm not going to ship in any more water. I'm not going bringing them from home. Nothing. I took all them containers home. I'm gonna only use those two, and I'm gonna get all my water from rainwater, and I'm gonna get it from the well. The reason why I'm doing that is because I really want to know, can this amount of rain and rainfall sustain me for real? So far in the last 2 weeks, I have not shipped in no water. Both of my jugs is empty. And today I ran out of water. Matter of fact, these ain't from the store. I just keep refilling these. I got like 4 of them. And I keep refilling these and putting them in my car. Let me see. How did you work out where to dig the well? I don't know if y'all want to hear that. Do you want to hear how to find the well? Are you going to show us after you set up everything, connect Oh, absolutely. And it's not going to be live. I'm going to do a video. Let me see. So you can get it all. I'm going to do a whole setup video, like, so you can watch it instead of just like seeing me bumble around like I just did while I'm live now. Let me see. What was the question? What is the water dowsing? Okay. The dowsing rods. You're not going to believe me. You're not going to believe me, and you can do what you want to do. But that junk work. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something, and you ain't going to hear this either. I'm going to show you the proof that those, what are they called? Dowsing rods or whatever. I'm going to show you the proof that they worked. Now, I'm not going to call it witching. I'm going to show you the proof that they weren't copper. They were steel. They were clothes hangers. I'm going to show you the proof that it works. And I'm going to tell you about how I found that well. I found that well You ain't gonna want to hear this though, and I'm not gonna get into it because people don't be believing me. My well digger, I've had that well digger since I bought this land, right? That that auger. I've had that auger since I purchased this land. Matter of fact, that was the first tool I purchased when I purchased my land, because I was like, I'm gonna dig me a well. So that's been over 2 years ago. It's been sitting over there under my carport for 2 years. I tried it once and just stopped after about the second turn and said, forget this stupid thing, okay? Stick with me, it's the truth. Lord is my witness. One day, I'm under the carport, fumbling around, cleaning up. I see the doggone auger. I grab the auger. I put the auger on the side of the shed. I don't know why. I don't know why I grabbed it. I had no intentions on using it. I just grabbed it, put it on the side of the shed, left it there. That's how y'all seen me live do that. That was all real. So one day it started getting too hot out here for me to do any more work out in the yard, right? Messing with the animals, cutting the grass. So I said, let me go in the back where it's always shady at, right? I grabbed the doggone auger and said, let me just play around with it. I ain't doing nothing else. I don't feel like coming back in here. I went out there, and where I stuck it at is where I started digging. I started digging, and I just used all the knowledge that basically you get on social media. You find a depression somewhere stating that there was a stump there, a tree, or that's where water is. You look for those willows and all of that and the grass. I stuck that thing in the ground. I put all that to the back of my mind. I didn't know what I was doing, and I just started digging. I dug it down to the handles touched the ground, and I just left it alone. So later that day, I went live. I went live and I did like I did today. Y'all want to see a hole? I really, Lord, as Father is my witness. I did not know when y'all saw me hit water. The first time you seen it, I seen it. We seen it at the same time. Cause when I left, it was just a damn 4-foot dry hole, and I said, well, that was stupid and a waste of energy. Why did I even got this auger playing around, wasting my energy on it? Came back and there was 3 feet of water. Can't make that up. 2 feet, rather. 2 feet of water. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was about, 8 or 10 inches of water. Something like that. Something guided me to do that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to go deep on that because people be like, oh, here you go with that. Something guided me to do that. So my family came here when I told them, and they all helped me dig down another good 2 or 3 feet. Then about a week or two ago, I dug that sumbitch down 20 feet. I put a video out on it. Nobody wanted to see it. I understand, because it's not important to people looking for water because they don't have no idea what it feels like not to have water. Now, I'm getting over a gallon per minute. So that hole, if I drain it to the bottom, is 20 feet deep. So I'm getting roughly about 16 feet of water, and there's about anywhere from 3 to 4 feet of just open space. I can drain that 16 feet of water, and in 16 minutes, less than 16 minutes, it'll be back full again. So that's giving me roughly a gallon a minute, okay? Now, I watched it drain down, and I would show y'all that. I watched it drain down, and I watched it fill up and come right back over the pump. You wouldn't believe it unless you see it with your own eyes. So now, with that being said, I can show you proof that those rods work. I can show you proof. I'm going to tell you the story first, and then I'm going to go take you and show you proof. We're going to go on one more Lead Farmer field trip. When me and Lady Lead first bought this land, and we were looking for water, we were looking for the plumbing to this old haunted house. And I had been messing around doing this rod thing. I don't know if it worked or not, but I said it's worth a shot. I'm gonna tell you what I did different, so I know I don't cheat me. Let me see if I can find something though. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right, y'all know what those are, little flags, Home Depot flags, right? I'm gonna pull that off. I'm gonna pull this one off. I don't want to bend it. I don't want nothing on it to cheat. Now I'm gonna measure that perfect. I'm not gonna do it on the side with the flag because it got a little glue on there. This is the only way I can make sure that I measure it just right. See that? I got it as long as the coaster. And right at the coaster, you could do it with anything, table, whatever, a vise if you got one. Just bend it at a 45, just like that. Just like that, right? Now I'm gonna do the other one. This is the glue side, so I'm gonna do this side. Just like this. I want them to be the exact same side. Exact same on both. So, you see that? They're the exact same size, length, and bend. See it? Now, if you do this, if you hold, I'm not, look at my hands. Look at how I'm holding it. I'm not doing that. Okay? I'm keeping it as still as I possibly can. Do you see this? I swear I'm not touching anything. Do you see it pointing? Do you see this? I have no reason to lie to you. Now watch. The further I go this way, it's opening. And you want to hear something crazy? I have a fan blowing right here. If anything, this should be closing, right? Want to see the fan? You want to see the fan? Watch this. This little fan is on. This little fan is on. So it should be pushing that rod, right? So when I'm coming this way, it's opening up. This is not even pushing it. I'm holding it. I'm not pinching them. I'm just holding them. Now watch. Watch. I can't make this up. I don't know how this works. I tried it. It worked. All right. All I'm doing, how I'm holding it, I'm just kind of letting it lean and do its own thing. Watch this. Lean and do its own thing. Lean and do its own thing. I'm not pinching them. But do you see this again? Look, look, look. It's open. Wait, let me show you. It's open. See it? Do y'all see it closing together? Lord is my witness, I'm not doing nothing to this. Do you see this? I'm staying as level as I can. Do y'all see it? Okay. So I didn't even trust myself. When I first did it, me and my wife was tripping out. So I took it a step further to make sure it's not me and I'm not subconsciously doing nothing weird. Guess what else I did? Let me see if I got it. Hold on, I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna mess you up. Okay. Okay. I don't have any. I don't have any. But what I did was take 2 plastic straws. I took a plastic straw and cut it in half, right? So I slipped this down in the plastic straw. That's gonna keep me and my skin and my oils or whatever from tricking myself into thinking I'm doing something, right? And then I put a plastic straw on this one. No matter what you do, you can't fake the funk because you're not touching it at all. It did the exact same thing. Now, can I show you the proof of this working? Can I show you the proof? God honest truth. Come on. I'm gonna show you. Come on. Come on, pup. One last lead farmer field trip. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Let's go. I can't make this up. I'm gonna show you proof right now. Way out there. I'm so glad I took them tents down. Good grief. I'm gonna show you proof in the middle of nowhere on my land. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something that's unbelievable and it's pure facts. This is my proof that it works. How many people, I'm gonna come at this angle. Do you see that? How many people know what this is? How many people know what those are? How many people know what this is? Tell me right now in the comments. I'm gonna give you a better look. What is that? Elephant ear, absolutely. Calicacia, alocasia. What are these? What are these? That's right, banana and a papaya. That's correct. Bananas, those are Cavendish bananas, papayas, and alocasia elephant ears. Now, I want you to look at the size of these elephant ears. I want you to look at the size, and I want you to look at the color, the green. Look how thick, strong each and every leaf is. I need you to see this. It's important. Look at the strength. Look at them twisting out more, right? Look how big it is. Okay. Banana. Okay. I just put them in there maybe 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. But I put the papaya and the banana in there 3 weeks ago. All right. Come on, pup. Come on. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about the truth about this working. Okay? Okay. We good now. I hit the mute. I hit the mute. I hit the mute. We okay. We okay. All right. What do all of those have in common? What does the alocasia, elephant ear, banana, yeah, you should be able to hear me now, and the papaya all have in common? They are all water hogs. They all need tons and tons of water every day. Each one of those things can go to the wettest part of your land, the soggiest part, the swampiest parts, and thrive. They won't only thrive, but they will put out, they will get big and they will put out fruit. Why did I plant that stuff right there? Just to show you. I got all this land. Why did I pick one stupid spot to plant those in the middle of nowhere? They're in the middle of nowhere because when me and my wife first purchased this land, we were using these and it led me right there. We dug down about 3 feet and hit water. I can't make this up. We thought we dug up a grave because it was wood under there, but come to find out it was just a stump. We hit water right there. And it's an indentation. I filled it back in with soil. It's an indentation there. So just to be on the safe side, just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke and it's just not, rainwater or nothing like that, I planted that elephant ear right there. As soon as I moved my RV in that spot, I planted that elephant ear right there. And I was like, if it die, it die. Because I got tons of them, right? I'm like, if it die, it die. I have not watered that alocasia in 2 years, in over 2 years. I don't water it. Now, I have peed on it, but I have not watered it. I have never, ever, never, ever watered it. And I promise you this. I promise you this. At the end of this growing season, it will be as tall or taller than me. Now, I want you to know something else too. Now, alocasias and bananas, I'm not quite sure about papaya, but alocasia and bananas, they just don't just thrive off of water. They need nutrients. So they need a lot of nitrogen and a lot of nutrients and a lot of minerals, right? The more minerals and nitrogen and nutrients that you give them, the bigger they get. The bigger fruit you get, the stronger they get, the healthier they get. If you just give them water and no nutrients, they'll grow, but they'll look terrible, right? They'll look awful. The leaves will be busted. I've been growing alocasias, calocasias, and all of the other elephant ears probably for the last 15 years. Trust me, I'm pretty good on them. If you don't give them the proper nutrients, they will grow, but they will look like crap. Did you see that right there? That's not from the rain. And here's the thing. They're just not getting water. They're getting the same nutrients out of that spring back there up here. All of those minerals that is going in my body right now from that well water, from that spring, that's what's feeding those. That's why those leaves look like that. If you've ever tried to grow a banana plant and you see that you got to water it every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, in a container, even in the ground, sometimes they look like crap. You got to keep watering them, keep watering them. And then you can even keep watering them, and then they start growing real skinny and looking stupid. That's because you're watering them, but they're not uptaking any nutrients. So now you got to put a lot of fertilizers on them, whether it's compost or it's chemical, it don't matter. But you have to put a lot of fertilizers on them so they can get the nutrients and the minerals that they need. Here's the funny thing. I'm walking on a spring all across my land. And the minerals, the natural minerals that's in that spring water, that natural spring water, is feeding those and making them look like that. Father is my witness, I have nothing to do with that. I don't put fertilizer on them. I don't put compost on them. I don't do nothing. That's the proof that these work. Now, I would love to do this, but I would love to do it better if I had like a straw. Because that's the no nonsense, you can't be fooled type of situation, okay? When you do this for real, you see how I'm holding it? This how I hold it. If I don't got a straw. Both of them shooting to the left. Nothing. See this? Nothing. It's not doing nothing. See that? It didn't do nothing. Okay. Do I got any questions at all? But I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I used before. They're a little thinner than a clothes hanger, and they're easier to deal with. They work. I don't know how. I don't know the science. I don't know, and I'm not gonna call it witching because I've heard that before. I'm not gonna play with them demons, but it just works. It works. If you don't believe me, go try it. And wherever those things cross like this at, wherever they cross like this or even come close, start digging right there. Walk forward, walk forward. Once they cross like this, walk forward, and they'll start opening back up, back up. And if you back up too far to do this, go back to they like this. If you turn this way, they open. If you turn like this, they like this. Do that like that. This is where you want to start digging, right here. Right here. Trust me. Don't trust me, just do it. Because I don't know, I don't got proof. That's the only proof I got that works. Okay? Just, what will it hurt to try it? What will it hurt to try it? Go get you 2 of these Home Depot flags from, you know, they cost you a little bundle of them, cost like $2 or something, and bend them like I just did it, and do exactly what I just did. And you'll see for yourself, and you'll be like, it wasn't lying. Come on, baby. So let's go back in here. So we're going to take some last questions, and then I'm going to leave y'all alone. Come on, pup. I got to hurry up and close my door before she try to jump back in the car. Okay. All right. And my tractor. I know we talking about tiny homes. We're going to have a tractor day. We're going to have a tractor day too. Not today, but we're going to have a tractor day. Because I want to talk all about that tractor. I've been playing with it too. And I still ain't changed the oil. Come on, pup. Oh, it feel good in here. Come on, baby. Now watch this. We're going to settle this out here. Okay, see this? This got a suction on it, so I got to lift it sometimes. The suction too strong. Pure as the driven snow. Pure. See it? Okay. So that's it. Let me get her some water too. I know she thirsty. Huh? Some water. All right. All right. Let me see. Any questions before we dip? Let's see. Looks clear. Yes, it's clear. That's high quality H2O. It's clean. It's crisp. It's refreshing. Simply Best said, let's see Sexy Red. I'm not going to show her today. I'm going to show her another day and just make it a tractor video. Okay? I don't want to overwhelm y'all. This has been Tiny House Truth Talk. And everything I told you, I can prove it. Everything. Oh, as y'all can see, I don't know if you paid any attention. You see I got rid of that big round table, and I just got me a little 2-foot desk to save space. That table just came out just a little too far. Right, and it don't got those city chemicals. Like, no, not at all. High quality H2O. So let me see. They work with magnetic field of the grown lines. I gotta believe you, okay? Cause I don't know the science behind it. I just know I know it works. And I've proved it. For sure. And I'm gonna tell you this. Even if you still don't believe me, my wife ain't gonna lie. She ain't even one to make up a whole bunch of stories to make you laugh or something. She'll tell you right exactly every word for word I just did. Let me see. I have the shed set up like a house. Can we talk on that for a quick second? How many months is my growing season? I don't know. It depends on what you're growing. I'm going to say this. When it comes to why I got my shed looking like this, like a little college dorm. Why do I got my shed looking like this? I want to talk about one of the most important say, do you think RV furnishings would be a better fit depending on your square footage? No. Nope, I don't. And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about something that my wife normally talks about that I don't never touch on, but it's part of this. Is your mental health. Now, when the mess hit the fan, there's one part of this prepping and tiny house and storing and packing and blah, blah, blah that we don't think about this realistic. Is your mental health. Now, let's be for real. Like the young lady said earlier, was talking about some all built, I came out of a big house and now I'm trying to act like no. She was right to a point, okay? We're spoiled. We are a spoiled race of people. I mean, human beings. We are spoiled. We act like we ain't got nothing. But even the worst of us have had it all our whole lives. Even some of us homeless. You're homeless, but you living better, eating off the scraps of the rich. You're living better than anybody in most other countries. We're spoiled. And see, there's a problem with being spoiled. When you're spoiled, and you've been spoiled your whole life because you don't know no better, when you think you don't got nothing, okay, until you go into another country and be like, damn, where your shoes at, little boy? What are shoes? Okay? Now, we're so spoiled that what we call certain things is creature comforts. There are certain things that you need now that you've been spoiled and raised in these last 4 or 5 generations that you don't know about digging a well. You don't know about raising livestock. You don't know about growing your own food. You don't know about having to go out there and get it and build a damn cabin out of the woods. You don't know. It's not your fault, but you don't know. But one thing you do know, and I can say this for facts and truth, you're spoiled. You're so spoiled that you think you can come out here and do this. You think you can. But I'm here to tell you, you can't. You can't do it. Right now in the back of your mind, you saying, yes, I can, lad. I went camping for 2 weeks. Yes, I can, lad. I was in the military and boot camp for 3 months. You think you can. And I've had people in the military turn around and salute me. I ain't never been in the military. They salute me because they like, you a bad MFer. You a bad boy. Because this ain't about the little gadgets and the trinkets and the crap that you got. What this is about up here. You gotta know how to shut this off out here. And anybody that live off grid like that knows exactly what I'm talking about. You can't, if you don't cut this off, you'll get lonely. Number one, you'll get lonely. If you're a person that loves being alone, that's great, but then you will start realizing you need help. You gotta cut that part off. You be out here in a tiny house in the middle of nowhere with nobody around, you start to realize how blessed we truly really are. And you don't realize that you need other people. And I'm not talking about you want to be friends with other people. I'm talking about, man, you need some help. You need help, man. Now, I just took you over there to see that water. Man, that's 50 yards away. We done that like 2 or 3 different times. Going back and forth, and it's 98 degrees outside. I do that all day. Feed the chickens, feed the pigs, water the garden, water the pigs, water the chickens, water the quail. I'm out in that heat, back and forth and back and forth. And before I put that pump on, I was carrying and toting buckets of water, up and down this hill. And I've been doing that for 2 years. And it get to a point you like, listen, I need some help. Being out here is solitude. This is my fortress of solitude, like Superman. And it's wonderful. But the real part is, man, I don't mind being alone. I love people, but I don't mind being alone neither. But let me tell you something. You need help. I bought that tractor because that's my team. That's my army. Because I need help. I can't pick all this stuff up by myself. I can't lift all this by myself. I can't chop it all up by myself. And everybody know good and well, they think they can do that. Let me see. Some people think they can because they seen a lot of YouTube videos. The Phenom said, I would be like, I need to go back to my house. Let me tell you something, the Phenom. Do you know how many people I've had on a camping trip that leave day 1 or day 2 just with a normal camping trip? Because it's either ice cold outside or it's blazing hot outside. There is no water. You got to go pump it from a hose. Now, we on a campground. You got to pump it from a hose. You have no idea how many people like, look, I'm licked. Forget this camping stuff. Forget this Survival camp, forget all, I'm cool. It's not a joke. Everybody think they can do this until they get their butts out here and realize, man, this is crazy. Somebody said, where your shower at? When I showed them, I know they was like, what you gonna do with that? I didn't hear from them no more. What you mean shower outside? Well, you gonna be naked? Yeah. And then when somebody said, well, how you gonna shower in the winter? You wanna know how you shower in the winter? Let me show you. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. Here's my shower. Almost got rid of my shower. You warm you up some water, you fill that boy up, and you wash your doggone meat and potatoes in this bowl. And later on, you might toss a salad up in this boy. Not even playing. I'm not playing. You'll see me washing up in that bowl, and the next minute you'll see me eating some salad out of that same bowl. It's mine. I'm like, wash it back out. You don't even want to know. You don't want to know. Okay, you don't want to know what happens in these places that people be off grid. You don't want to know. That's the stuff they are not going to tell you on YouTube about. Man, what you wiping your butt with? Right? Stuff like that. What do you, like the person asked me earlier, what are you actually doing with your feces? That stuff that ain't nobody thinking about. Like, what you doing? It's every little step I take, you gotta think about it. Every little step I make, you gotta think about it. Everything. If I gotta take a dump, that means I'm running out of garbage bags. I'm running out of pot bags. That means pretty soon I'm gonna have to go get some. Then pretty soon, now I gotta cart this poop bag 100 yards away and put it in a trash can. You can't leave it in here. You can't sit here, Forrest. You poop, you handle it. You can't just poop, close the lid. If you poop in that pot and come back in 1 hour, you're going to have flies and things squiggling and wiggling around the rim of that toilet. You don't even know how flies lay babies that fast. If you take a blam-a-lamb back there and it's in the heat, before you know, I can't make this up, you'll go back there like, ugh, what? The flies done laid their babies right on top of your Jell-O pudding. And now you got something worse to deal with. Now you got to make sure you clean up this infestation, and you can't do it, man. This place ain't no house. You listen, you're in a shed. You in a shed. Stop thinking you in the house, because you ain't. Okay? But I will say this. The more you do this, and the more you're out here doing it, it becomes like breathing. It truly, truly does become like breathing. As a matter of fact, when I go home, I use the same habits that I use at home as I do here. Not the pooping and the peeing so much, but the water conservation. Water conservation And everything needs to get dealt with right now. If you use this fork, wash this fork. If you use this cup, wash this cup. Because what you find out in a little tiny house in the middle of nowhere, if you leave your plate in this sink for 1 hour, you're going to come back and it's going to be stuff living on that plate, eating the rest of what you didn't eat. Do you see me keep doing this? Gnats, flies, all kind of stuff get in when you ain't paying no attention. When you come in the door, they come in the door. Mosquitoes, you don't realize it. You leave that plate in that sink for 1 hour. This ain't like your house. Your house, you put your dirty plate in the sink until somebody say, who put this plate in the sink? Who ain't washed their dishes? You ain't got to worry about that. Because them flies and stuff is going to be on that plate telling you, go ahead and do it again. I double dog dare you to put another plate full of old good old juicy pork rib grease in this mother's. Go ahead, I double dog dare you. I'll bring my whole crew up in here and tear the club up on this plate. Go ahead, put another doggone plate of hamburger grease sitting right here. You had that juicy cheeseburger. Go ahead, leave that cheese and that hamburger grease on this mug again. I double dog dare you. I'm gonna bring my whole crew in here and tear the club up on this plate. You gonna have, now you ain't gotta just wash dishes. Now you gotta disinfect from all the creatures that done found that smell and the flavors. This is Tiny House Truth Talk. I promise you, don't leave nothing out. Don't be eating and drop stuff on you and be like, oh, I'll get that later. Don't do it, because you said you gonna get these crumbs off you later. Something gonna beat you to the punch. Instead of you worrying about getting these crumbs off your lap till you done eating, nah, son. Something gonna say, hey, bro, you gonna eat the rest of that right there? Can I get on with some of that right there? You gonna have stuff crawling up you? Did you see me pick that bug off my neck? Okay. All right. And them, right, you said them ants be in a damn conga line down by your carpet in a perfect pattern, and they spelling out on the floor, get out, in a line, in cursive. This ain't no joke. It's fun, it's enlightening, and really I think we all should live this way. It makes you appreciate stuff. You know what happened too? It also makes you appreciate people. It makes you appreciate other people. Instead of you turning your nose down to people that's lesser than you or less fortunate than you or homeless, man, you will have compassion. You will. I ain't talking about some every person, excuse me, partner, can I get about a 50 cent? I ain't saying all them. But I am saying, instead of you dogging them, you just keep on going if you're going to keep on going. You ain't got to call them a handful of MFers and a pocket full of bees, but you know what I'm saying. All right? I ain't going to hold y'all no longer, because I do this all day. I will talk about this all day because I love this. I got watermelons out there growing, peppers, tomatoes, sweet potatoes, man. And it's now I ain't got no problem watering nothing. Just get everything watered. I ain't got to keep on filling up buckets to go feed my pigs, buckets of water to feed my chickens. You know? Water is everything. So, any last minute questions? Say, I'm out here digging now. Keep talking. You out there digging you a hole? Say, it's kind of like the difference between growing up in the country back in the day. Yes, water is life. See, I understand what you're talking about. Before my great grandmother passed away in Mississippi, we had to get up every day, 4 a.m. in the morning, and help out with the farm. I was born upstate New York. Amen. Every day, me and this puppy wake up, and I'm like, I got look. Do y'all remember those two big giant tents that I had out there? Me and my puppy took them down today because I said, okay, man, look, I can't make this up. I makes a list every day. I make a list every day. Every day. My first chore, it says things to do this week, right? The first thing that I needed to accomplish, I got to finish all of these goals by the end of this week. Take those 2 tents down. I have to accomplish each and every one of these tasks before the day is done. Because if I accomplish one task, I said to myself, and then rest. Don't try to do nothing else. Just rest. Right? But if I just feel like it and I got the juice, go ahead and go to the next one, which was I needed to cut the weep holes in my pipe to go in my well. It's time for me to start getting the well put together. Right? So I said I'm going to go live today instead of doing that. And so that counted that out. So when you out here, make a list. I said, get your butt up. We got up at 6 a.m., 6:30, got me some coffee before the sun was burning us, and went out there and start taking them tents down. Let me see. Sandra say, I try to stick to my to-do list. Yes. Hey, DS say, I got a well in my backyard, and it was covered over. I'm going to find it. Use them rods. Yvonne say, I'm a list maker. I have list on top of list. I put a check and more checks better. That's how I feel. Look, that's why I do this. Look, see the little check on the side? That's why I do that. Because I check it, then I scribble it out, feel so good that I did it. Like, one of the things is, on my list, I'm supposed to be draining the oil off my tractor. Right? Drain the oil off my tractor because I got so much stuff. I need to clean this stuff up before I start digging the pond. The only reason I haven't started digging the pond yet, it won't stop raining. I can't dig a pond if it rains every day. So I got to wait till a dry spell comes. So I'm going to wait till after hurricane season, and around middle of July, about middle of July to middle of August, I'm going to start digging the pond. Because it should be, that should be the driest time of the year. It usually is. Now, me and my wife said, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to let it be a surprise. But we're going to start digging the well. And we're going to break ground is what we calling it. We're going to break ground. RLM says, I may have missed it, but did you decide on a casing for the well? Yep, you missed it because I showed it and everything. Do you have enough rain to it rains? I'm not sure I understand your question. Do you have enough rain to it rains every day where I am too? Do you have enough rain? I'm not quite sure I'm understanding. Have you figured out where you're going to dig the pond? Yes, I have. Are you tired of the rain? No, I'm not. Jody B says, yes, I do a list as well to help stay focused. And a pen and paper, old school, start between 6:30 a.m. Yep, look. I even got my little clipboard. I got the whole setup. I keep it And look at all this paper. These are all my accomplishments. All those papers are things that I have accomplished throughout this year. After I'm done with a list, I tear it off and put it behind me. I'm trying to get those last questions. So yeah. Any last tiny house questions before we do another tiny house truth session? Are you digging the pond by hand? I don't understand your question. Chef Shantae, need to start back doing to-dos, man. They just work. Let me see. Will you add the tiny house in the future? Will you add to the tiny house in the future? No. No, I won't. I know people keep asking me, should you connect several, thanks Dave Busby, should you connect several of them together and stuff like that? No. No, this is my workshop. I'm not trying to be living here, you know. Mr. Led, when did you start liking dogs? Where have you been? That's my question to you. You answer my question, I answer yours. And I'm gonna go ahead and answer that because I said I wasn't gonna do that today. I never said I don't like dogs. How come your ceiling isn't drywall? I explained that in several different videos. Okay, let's talk about it. Right. All right. Let's just say this. Hush pup, you done got my puppy mad now. She like, what the you mean? It's okay. They don't know. They don't know. You got her down here growling. She like, what the hell they been? It's all right. Yeah, where you been, Eldrin? That means you haven't been around for over a year. Where have you been? I asked you a question, Eldrin. Where have you been? Yes, that water is not just beautiful, it's delicious. You can taste the minerals in it. You can taste that. It's hard to explain, but you can taste the minerals in it. Okay. Not on YouTube much. I can't help that. All right, y'all. We're going to get on out of here. And I'm going to go put something on the grill for me and her. It's too hot for that, though. And it's too late. I'm about to make me a salad. I'm about to wash up and make me a salad. That's what I'm going to do. I'm about to take me a shower and make me a nice salad. You know what? I had a salad. Yes, I had a steak and a salad yesterday. And I got my tomatoes out the garden, and I made me and her a ribeye. She got a little. I left her a really meaty bone. She been working on it. Where your bite bone? Where that bite bone at? I'm gonna show y'all this. I ain't going nowhere. Hey, let me show you something. Which one do you think she like? This the fake one. This is her favorite. We call it the bite bone. But then I gave her that big old beef ribeye bone. She done wore that sucker out. Come here. Come on. You want that bite bone? Huh? She like it. She like, now watch this, watch this. She about to take it back to her spot. Bam! That mug was, I had left so much meat on that boy for her. And I told her, go to town, baby. This is me and you. It's Father's Day. Everybody gone out of town. Me and her. I said, look, we're going to enjoy ourselves for Father's Day. Me and you. I said, it's Father's Day, and I'm going to eat a steak, and you are too. No dog food today. Me and her had a ribeye and enjoyed ourselves. Enjoyed ourselves. So, you know, we deserved it. I had a rib roast in this freezer for probably since last fall. And I finally thawed him out and cut him up and broke him down into 5 nice thick 1.5-inch steaks, ribeyes. It was a rib roast with the bone in. I cut those rib bones off, broke him down in about 5 steaks, throw one of them boys on the grill. Me and her went off. I got me some stuff out the garden, maybe a nice salad. We sat here and I watched Black Window. What is it called? Is it Black? No, Black Mirror. Me and her watched Black Mirror till we both fell asleep. And when I told you don't be letting stuff drop on your shirt, you're going to wake up with a water bug on your chest and the antennas doing like this. You sleep and that water bug antennas is like this. Eating the rest of that ribeye crumb. That's really truly what happened too. True story. I made me a little drink, hit me a little Cavassier. You know, everybody love a little Cavassier. I had me a little Cavassier, hit me a 2-finger shot of that Cavassier. You couldn't tell me and her nothing. So we had us a ball. No, I ain't say centipede. I said the big old palmetto bugs, water bug. All right. So look, y'all. Yeah, that's the drink. Every now and then I need a little something, you know, a little something. It was Father's Day. I'm gonna have me a little something, you know. Celebrate good time. Come on. By myself. There's a party going on right here. A celebration. I think I'm gonna have a beer. What you gonna do? Celebration. I'm gonna celebrate and have a good time. You don't need nobody with you. Celebration. Come on. Do what you gonna do. In my drawers, I had washed up, put me on some fresh drawers. I was in here looking like, remember I told you that doggone, them little packets of ketchup and jelly on go on that McBiscuit. I was in here, I'm not giving a damn. You know, on What was that with what's his name, man? Where they was in jail, and he said, "Where your shirt at?" Chris Tucker. I was in here looking like Big Worm with no shirt on. I didn't care, man. Where your shirt? The dog was looking at me like, "What you got going on?" Let's celebration. My step to God said led to you. Led do you still do guest live? I haven't done one in a long time. I will though. You know why I stopped doing it? Cause don't nobody ever want to come up, and people don't when they don't want to show their face. I won't let you come up, so I just stopped doing it because I don't understand the concept of wanting to get on a live stream with somebody and not show your face. So I was kind of like, what's the use? We can talk like this if you don't want to show yourself. So I don't know. I would love other people's opinions and input, but with your head on it. Okay. Renee said, I had to be humbled. I thought I could live off-grid hardcore. You need many hands. You need many hands, and your head got to be in the right place. Right? So, ain't it right? Yes. There's a party going on right here. Celebration. Can you explain the directions to log on? I don't understand what you're talking about. Oh, this isn't one of those kind of lives. You got to be on a certain, I got to have certain software going on to do that. I don't have it right now. This is just a straight live stream. I need to go out there and get them eggs before it get too hot. Okay. Let me come on. Let's check. She growling and my chickens is clowning. I don't know what that's about. When she growl, I look and I hear my chickens clowning. So it's getting dusk. Let me show you how this look. When you see that, that means, okay, it's time for the deer and the foxes to come out. So I kind of look and keep my eye open for the fox and the deer. All right. I'm not going to hold y'all no more. I'm going to let y'all go. And we about to relax. All right. Shower and a salad sound like it to me. Thank y'all for coming in here today. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. And I think we're going to have to do this again. And I'm going to be trying to release. I got 2 videos I'm going to release. They may not be full, but it's going to get started. Putting this well together, getting this pump set up, and getting that water into this shed. And I'm going to run another pipe to go all the way to the animals. So I have a spigot all the way up there by them. And then we're going to do some tractor talk. Because I'm going to let y'all see me drain the fluid out of this tractor and everything. And then the work begins. Because I got stuff for my tractor. I can't wait to use it. All right? With that being said, everybody enjoy your night. Okay? Laird Farmer 73. I love you. And I'm out. Hey, thank you everybody for all of the love. Thank you for just supporting me. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the pond fun. And just thank you for just being there. All right. I really appreciate you because I can't do this without you. Literally. I mean it. You know it better than I do. All right. Live Farm 73. I love you. Be safe. Keep your head down. And I'm out. Hey, I got one question for you before I go. Wasn't this refreshing? Through this whole thing, we did not say a word about the foolishness that took place yesterday. This was refreshing. I needed this. I needed this. Let's not speak on it. Let's not, look, shh, 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 shh. Let's not ruin it. Let's not ruin it. Shh. All right, y'all. Y'all have a nice night, all right? This was wonderful. God, I feel good. Woo! Y'all have a nice night. All right, peace.